Hi, everybody. This is Callie Hammond from Making You Turns. And tonight I'll be discussing the finish line and the importance of it or not the importance of it. So that's the question. Is the finish line so important? So you might hear my dog in the background. Sorry about that, but that's my life. So we're talking about the finish line and whether or not the finish line is that important or not so important in our lives. As well as I'd like to make a little poll with you to find out what more topics you'd like me to discuss, as well as I'm thinking of doing a webinar on how to set powerful goals. So I need to know from you what you'd like to hear about and learn about from me, as well as what I could learn from you too, because it's always learning from each other. And I love learning. It's a lifetime of an adventure for me is to learn. I've been a teacher and a coach and a facilitator for a very long time, as well as a trainer, and I know how important it is to learn. And I learned so much from the people I've trained and taught. So tonight we're going to be talking about the finish line, but afterwards I'm going to ask you to tell me what you'd like to learn more about. I'll give you some options, as well as you can give me some ideas too. So the finish line. When you think of a race, like a 5K or a half marathon or a marathon, any of those things, you think to yourself, the finish line, that's what I'm doing. Well, life, is there really a finish line? Yeah, death, I'd say, is the finish line. But other than that, yes, we set goals in life. Yes, it's important to set them. Yes, it's important to achieve them. However, is it that important or isn't it? So the finish line to me, when I think of the finish line, I think of a story, and actually my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies is called The Peaceful Warrior. Have any of you seen The Peaceful Warrior yet? So if you have, say, yes, I've seen it, or no, I haven't. So The Peaceful Warrior is one of my favorite videos and movies, and one of the characters is Socrates, and the other main character is Daniel, and it's based on a true story, by the way. And Daniel has just had a horrific accident in his life. He was an Olympic hopeful and doing all these crazy things in gymnastics, and then broke his leg in pieces. And because of it, he has to go through rehabilitation. So I may be telling you a little bit more than I should about the video. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it when you do watch it. So he meets this character named Socrates, a very wise gas attendant. He actually fixes cars and owns a gas station. And Socrates helps him in his rehabilitation. And one of the things that he does is that he brings Daniel on a hike. And Daniel's getting really excited about the hike. And he says, Socrates, where are we going? Where are we going? He gets excited about it. And Socrates says, you know what? Have you enjoyed the journey so far? And Daniel says, well, yeah, it's been really great. I haven't seen these scenes before. It's beautiful up here, because he was taking him up a mountain. He's like, the scenery's been gorgeous, and so on and so forth. And Socrates says, it's not the destination, but it's the journey that we're taking that's important. And I think that too in life, that the finish line isn't so important as is the journey to the finish line. What we've learned in this lifetime, what we've learned from failures as well as successes, because our successes are all built on our failures. Because without failing, we would never have been able to succeed. So it's not the finish line that we should be focusing so much on, but it should be the journey and the lessons that we're learning on the way to the finish line of achieving our goals and our dreams, which we should never give up. We might be able to change them or want to change them. We need to make U-turns to change directions in our lives because we realize our goals aren't going where we actually want to go, and that's okay too. But again, it's part of the journey. It's not the finish line, but it's the journey. So I did challenge you all to think to yourself, what is it in my journey that I'm enjoying? What scenery have I experienced in my life that I would never have unless I was taking this journey in particular? So some of the questions I have for you, like I said, towards the end, I'd be polling you to find out what all you're interested in. So one thing I was thinking of doing is doing a free webinar about how to set powerful goals. So that's one option. If you want to do that, that would be great. Tell me that that's what you want. So that's the first option, setting powerful goals. Another option would be stress, how to breathe, actually. And a lot of people don't know how to breathe, and I can actually teach you how to breathe. I know it sounds stupid, or let's say simplistic as how to breathe. However, often we forget how to breathe, especially if we're in a very stressful time in our life. We forget how to breathe. And breathing, if you learn how to breathe correctly, during those stressful times, it'll be less stressful and you'll find more peace. So that's another option that I could be talking about. Another one is personal growth. Another one is finding your strengths, how to find your strengths. Another one would be how to deal with change. And that would be a webinar that I do. I've done that one actually for the trainers where I used to work, and they loved it. It was an awesome one. Another one would be self-empowerment. And I've done that seminar also for several organizations within the Reno area so far. Another one could be happiness, how to become more happy in your life, how to deal with depression, anxiety. These are things that I've actually dealt with. And yes, life is difficult. We're never going to get out of this life without difficulties. And so I can help you with some of these concepts and ideas. But again, don't forget that it's not the finish line that we should be focusing on, but it's the journey along the way to the finish line, and to enjoy that journey. So thank you so much for watching tonight. And again, if you're watching it as a replay, please type replay so that I know you watched as a replay. And then give me your opinions about those ideas I gave you, as well as give me some other ideas that you'd be interested in learning about. I'm a life coach, a happiness coach, as well as I'm a teacher, and I've done several seminars and presentations in this community, Buffalo and Alberta, Canada. So thanks so much. And I hope you have a great day, and I wish you luck.